Thank you. Please speak your name as it appears on your current federal identity card. Document number G24L8.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure if...
You have entered the name Not Sure. Is this correct? Not Sure.
No, it's not correct.
Thank you. Not is correct. Is sure correct?
No, it's not. My name is
Already
Joe...
confirmed your first name is Not. Please confirm your last name, Sure.
My last name is not Sure. Oh,
Thank you.
No, what I mean is
sure.
my name is Joe...
Confirmation is complete. Please wait while I tattoo your new identity on your arm.
Hey everybody, welcome to Nick the Rat Radio. It is April 8th? Is that the day? Wednesday, April 8th, 2026. 10 p.m. on the dot. No, it's much later than 10 p.m. It's 10:27, okay? Just much like the beginning of the show, the intro was from Idiocracy. I was talking to Waythorn. He was saying how the AI today is much like the AI in Idiocracy, and he's right. I've been battling AI for the past few hours, using comfy AI. I was trying to get Jane Hanoi, trying to get her mouth to match her words. Okay, if you didn't know by now, Jane is hooked up to a computer. I got electrodes stuck right up her butt. So hey, but I was wrestling with it for like 3 hours. I needed a new nightly build of Comfy UI to get Infinite Talk to work. Then I loaded up everything I needed to load up, and apparently it was going to take 5 hours for it to complete. So, you're going to get the old Jane tonight, not the new Jane. Maybe one night you'll get a new Jane, but tonight you're getting the old Jane. AI is the smartest retard in the room. That's basically what it is. It's like, hey, you ever see the video with the dude, there's like an Asian dude, and he talks to ChatGPT? ChatGPT is probably the stupidest one anyway, but he's like, what does the S in ChatGPT stand for? And it's like, well, the S stands for blah, blah, blah. And it's actually, it doesn't ever say no to you. It's programmed to make you feel like you're smart, which makes it stupid because you're stupid too. So everybody, it's just like, it's like the turtle on top of the turtle on top of the turtle. It's like a retard on top of a retard on top of a retard. But anyway, let's not talk about that right now. Let's talk about the intro to the show. This is the beginning of the show. How was my week? My week was great. I went on a little road trip. I went to a mine in New Jersey. There was an old zinc mine. Went down to that to go check it out. I got this crystal. Look at this fat ass crystal. This is what is this called? It smells like my it's quartz. This is a quartz crystal right here. It's just quartz. It's a double-ended quartz crystal. I got some other crystals too. I'm getting all into crystals and stuff because I don't know, why the hell not? It's pretty cool. What's his face? Nikola Tesla was all up into this crystal, so he always had one of these laying around. This thing vibrates if you put enough electricity into it. Yeah, so I was in New Jersey for a couple of days. To get out of New York, I had to go to Jersey. That was my big getaway. The mine was kind of cool. It was a zinc mine. It was closed down. You couldn't even really go too deep. It was just like apparently they filmed Zoolander in there too. So that was awesome. I was like, wow, I don't give a crap. Anyway, what else happened this week? Did anything else happen this week? Did we kill every Iranian person ever yet? Is that like gonna happen still? Horrible stuff, man. Trump, man, he's a crazy dude. He is one crazy dude. You gotta strike it to make electricity? I think I broke it. Who told me to do that? You're a jerk. All right. Anything 7 or harder, you can strike sparks from iron and steel. Okay, well, maybe you could hit it with something. I don't know. This might be fake. I got some other crap too. Either way, yeah, I don't think we're gonna nuke them. We already blew up some of their bridges and stuff. There's a ceasefire, but apparently they're still able to shoot other people. Then there was this whole the moon, the Artemis 2. The Artemis 2 was going on. And that led me to down the rabbit hole. I went down the rabbit hole with this war and Artemis 2, and I think I uncovered something. I was inside of the Twitch chat for NASA, watching the thing going all over the damn place, watching the astronauts go around the moon, taking pictures of the moon and the Earth, and then I wrote something in there into the Twitch chat, and they deleted my comment. They deleted my comment. I said something around the lines like, "Oh, we're going there to set up the moon base. We're gonna arm the moon." And they deleted that comment. And I was like, "Why are they deleting that comment?" Is it not factual? I started doing more research, and I got a thing we got to talk about here. I got some paperwork here. I got a whole bunch of dates and everything to stick it to NASA, to show them that they need to delete that comment that I wrote. Because I think we're actually going to go there to arm the gosh darn moon. Now you might be like, what are you talking about, man? Well, I got it. There's that whole treaty where it's like, oh, you can't arm the moon. The moon is a peaceful place. Well, maybe it won't be maybe they're not going to shoot missiles off of it, but maybe it's going to be a launch point for something else. And I have paperwork here. I'm going to read this to you. It's got dates. I got the receipts. Okay, you people wanted receipts and stuff. Well, I have receipts. What else are we doing tonight? We're gonna go over this whole thing. I'm calling it Operation Lunar. I'm calling it Operation Laura Lunar on the moon. No, it's Operation Lunar Dominion. That's what it is. You heard it here first on Nick the Rat Radio. Operation Lunar Dominion. What is it? I'm going to tell you what it is. Now, you can't find this anywhere else. I don't think so. Can you find this anywhere else? Let me do a quick Google search. I think I'm the first person to talk about this ever. Let's see. Operation Lunar Dominion. Wait. Based on the results, there is no widely known real-world military or space mission named Operation Lunar Dominion. All right, yeah. Okay, well, yeah. Wait, politics and war, Lunar Dominion. What is this? Okay, well, this is Operation. This website. I don't know what they're talking about. I have no idea what they're talking about. A nation led by Supreme Leader Magnus Iron Fist to the continent of Africa. That's not where I'm going with this. But apparently, somebody already took that name from me. We might have to change the name. But yeah, there's no Africans named Magnus on the moon that I'm going to be talking about tonight. But we have a lot to go over. We have more stuff we have to talk about as well. We have Dark Sewer Network News with Jane Hanoi. We have Bigfoot Assault with Mystery Man. There's going to be no Zindu because I locked him out, so he's definitely not coming in tonight. And yeah, we have phone calls, we have music, and we have other news too that I want to talk about. Something else that happened about this war that I'm going to talk about. It has nothing to do with Operation Lunar Dominion though, so I'll talk about that a little bit later. So I'm just giving you a whole rundown of what's happening tonight. People like that, right? People like rundowns, people like teasers. Well, you're getting teased, baby. You're getting teased with the rundown. All right, and on that note, let's start with just some music. Wait, is this right? Hold on one second. I just want to make sure I have the right folder with the right music here because, yeah, it should be right. Here we go. We got Purple Panther with Inside Another Book. Thank you so much, Gal. How'd you do that so fast? We'll be right back. Wow, look at that. Cotton Gin made an awesome webpage right here. Look at that one there. Nick the ntr.cottongin. What was that? What was that last? XYZ? ntr.cottongin.xyz. Never mind the man behind the curtain. Well, you know, sometimes you got to reveal some stuff. That's a really cool thing. It only shows what I played so far. I like that. Past episodes. Oh, it's all there. Look at all that. You go to past episodes too? Very cool, Cotton Gin. Very cool. I like that a lot. I like it. But, you know, all the music is CC by 3.0. It's all free. You could use it for whatever you want. You could, you make a movie, you could use it there. Just make sure you give the artist a shout out and link to their stuff or something. I try to give them, I started putting their information in YouTube. Been putting more information into the YouTube infrastructure. Trying to get more likes and subscribers on YouTube. If I hit 1,000 subscribers, I might make like $5 a month from that shit. So every $5 counts to me. You know, I like that. But yeah, it's a cool website right there. But if you want all the music, you could just in a list, and you want to see what's coming up next, go to SoundCloud/like/Nick the Rat. It's not a secret, okay? It's everywhere. But the Cotton Gin one is very, very, very cool. Fuck, I might link to this on my website. I dig it. I just want to talk about AI really quick again, because, hey, aren't we all just not sick of hearing about AI constantly? No, we're not. No, we're not. But I'm getting sick of this AI stuff. I'm starting to think that the art is all looking very samey. It sucks. I'm starting to think that, well, I know you could do some crazy stuff with it. If you make a 5-mile long prompt, you might be able to you could squeeze some extra juice out of it to make it look different. But so much of what AI does is so samey that it's gonna make people want something different. Yeah, Sam Altman is this AI bubble is definitely going to be exploding soon. The cost of I heard the AI bros are getting stabbed in the ass with bills, with OpenClaw or Claude Code or some shit is getting to be way too expensive, and they're starting to realize that they replaced workers with AI, and now that the AI is starting to reveal its expensive anus, they're starting to realize that maybe they shouldn't have let go of people, because the people might actually be cheaper than what these AI models are doing. They're racking up huge bills, and it's not looking very good for the bubble. I think the bubble is getting bigger and bigger. But also, AI is also it's constantly getting better. There's like this stupid YouTube thing. There's a guy on YouTube who's always talking about all these updates on AI, and it's like every day it's like, oh my God, a new model that's totally different. Oh my God, this AI might have emotions. Oh my God, look at these 5 new things over here that are way better than the 5 old things that were just out. No, don't play that. I'm just looking for something about the guy on the AI thing that I was looking for. I don't want to hear that and get banned from everything. Hold on one second. Let me just bring up this other web page with Utubu, Ububu, Ubi Dubi, Tubi Ubi. Let's see if I could find it. Let's see, is there anything here? Subscriptions. Where's the subscriptions tab? They took it away? You can't even go to your subscriptions tab anymore? They just don't want you fucking... YouTube is such trash. Yeah, YouTube is garbage here. What? AI search. If you look for the guy AI search on YouTube, great YouTube channel there. Yeah, every couple of days he's got huge AI news, and the thing is, it sort of is huge every single time you go there. But it's usually just like updated models, but like Juan and Quen and Claude and Google and all that garbage. But it's getting pretty crazy. Every week or so, it gets better and better and better and better, but it's still very samey. It's I'm not too worried still about being replaced by an AI robot, but either way. Let's go over Operation Lunar Dominion, okay? Let's do this. Let's go over some dates. I pinpointed some key dates. And we could look at I just wanted you to see where this is going here. This all started in January of 2025, okay? Maybe it happened before. Maybe the whole maybe there's things that were linked to this before then. Let me wet my whistle for this. January 2025, the Golden Dome blueprint drops. Trump launches the $175 billion plus Iron Dome for America, which they later turned into the Golden Dome. It was a multi-layered missile shield with heavy space-based components run by Space Force. Protect the homeland from hypersonic and space threats. It was the foundation for total orbital lunar superiority, okay? So that happened in January of 2025. Let's just keep seeing where this goes. In October of 2025, this is what I was trying to say to NASA when I got my comment blocked, and this is where I started getting all this stuff from. They actually folded the Artemis II into the Golden Dome project. Now, if you don't believe me, you could go Google that, all right? Trump integrates the crewed lunar flyby mission directly into Golden Dome architecture. Official line was synergy for mapping and defense data. Artemis isn't science, it's a dual-use recon for helium-3 mining, rare earth deposits, and forward lunar bases that will power fusion and supply dome interceptors. Now NASA is locked into the military-industrial pipeline. People. All right. Late 2025, we're getting a build-up. Golden Dome funds flow. $25 billion via bills. Contracts go to connected players. Defense space giants. Artemis hardware advances under the radar. All right. You got it? You listening? You hearing? You hearing about, oh, it's... Everybody was just like, oh, we're going to look at the moon. Oh, we might land on the moon next year. But this is what it's all about. This is what it's all about. And you're being... Do you know what, everybody? I remember hearing when Artemis happened. Oh, Artemis happened? I didn't even know they were shooting that off. I got home that day. I turned on the TV. And I'm like, whoa, we're going to the moon. I didn't even know. It was a very low-key launch. Some people knew about it, but a lot of people didn't really have any idea what was going on. All right, here we go. We're getting into craziness here. Early of March 2026. This is when the controlled chaos ignites here. We got the Iran war. Precision U.S.-Israel strikes hit Iran. Assassinations, nuke strikes. They nuke sites. They blow up nuke things. They bomb cities. Iran and Hezbollah retaliate with missiles and drones. The Strait of Hormuz drama spikes and oil prices go up. This distracts people from Artemis 2 hardware, and it's being finalized. My notes are a little bit weird here. Hardware is finalized, and the Golden Dome space layers need real-world threat validation. So all this Iran stuff is just making people say, hey, you know what? Maybe we do need moon-based defense forces. It's given people a reason to just go along with it, even though they had no choice in the first place. March 2026. Now, you people, I don't know if anybody noticed this, but there was a meteor and fireball surge. This is the alien cover layer, okay? So they're going to cover up. They're going to start adding some alien spice. They're going to sprinkle a little alien, little like, ooh, get ready, aliens are coming. We're going to need the moon to blow them up. They're adding this in. Unprecedented clusters of bright fireballs. In Europe, there was 3,229 reports on March 8th. Ohio sonic boom on March 17th. Texas house crashing rock on March 21st. California, Michigan, Georgia events. All these things were happening. Now, was this real? I don't know. Was the government throwing rocks at us to get us scared? Maybe. AMS calls it warrants serious investigation far beyond normal equinox fireball season. These are Golden Dome test intercepts. The cislunar probes scouting lunar resources. ET probes. This is getting that lunar push for us. This is making us realize that we need this. This is a stage sky theater. It's Project Bluebeam. This is what they're doing. They're getting us ready for all this shit. February through April of 2026. Alien disclosure psyop kicks into high gear. Trump orders full declassification of UFO, UAP alien files, post-Obama podcast bombshells. All right? So now we're going full-blown Project Bluebeam here. We're going full-blown. Aliens are coming. We need this shit today. Not only that, we got who's Burchett? Representative Burchett hints at mind-blowing briefings. Then Spielberg Spielberg gets activated. They activate Spielbergovich. He's Jewish, right? I'm not trying to say anything, but, you know, Spielberg. They're flooding the public with E.T. is real. There's headlines as the meteors light up the sky and war rages. This is causing total confusion. People are they're seeing all these movies with the people that is like. This is making all the normies just chase little green men instead of noticing the lunar resource grab. Okay? We're getting our brains programmed right now. There's more. I'm not done yet. Woo! So we got war economics at the profit as the profit engine. We got oil chaos. We got U.S. eases Russia's Venezuela sanctions for connected energy players. Defense stocks explode. Short-term cartel wins, while long-term lunar fusion via Artemis-derived tech will obsolete Middle East leverage forever. We probably have some fusion tech. Because, as I said, mining this helium-3 from the moon, it's almost not worth it because we don't have fusion power. Why are we doing this right now? Maybe we do have some fusion power. Maybe somebody figured something out. Maybe that's why that scientist was killed in his staircase in front of his house that day. Maybe some shit's going on. Maybe we have all this stuff. Maybe AI helped build it. Maybe. Why else are we going there? To look at the stars? Why else is this getting folded into the military budget? Because we want to fucking see the rings of Saturn? April 1st, biggest joke ever. Artemis 2 launches under cover of war smoke. Historic crude lunar flyby breaks Apollo records. Trump calls the crew. Another thing, while I was inside of the Twitch chat during this NASA thing, nobody wanted to say Trump's name. They kept saying the speech. I'm like, what are you talking about? The speech? They're like, oh, the speech is coming, and they would put it in quotes. I'm like, what are you? And they were talking about Trump calling the astronauts. Everybody's lost their goddamn mind. People can't even say President Trump or Donald J. Trumpovich. They can't say his name. The dude is the president, okay? Who cares? He's going to be gone soon. This is his second term. He can't run again, all right? Mr. T, get over it, people. Get over it. The speech. You guys are such big pussies. You can't even say his goddamn name. Sure, he's a psychopath. He's crazy. Who knows what he's doing? He probably doesn't even know what he's doing. He's probably got somebody's fingers up his ass. Who cares? But if you can't say his name, that means he's got power over you, okay? He's not fucking Mordorf or whatever the hell that guy, the fucking guy that owns the Hilton or that does wizard powers and shit. Voldemort. There you go. You're going to get us all killed now. Thanks, Cotton Gin. So, I'm sorry, I'm getting all worked up over here. Let's see here. I think they even cut the speech short on the thing. Oh, did President Trump talk to the astronauts more than just saying, hi, you did great work? Maybe we are already dead. All right, where was I? Trump calls the crew, public sees, inspiring space moment. But we know this is the Scout mission feeding real-time data to Golden Dome's space interceptors and lunar logistic nodes. We went around that thing to scan it to see where we could put this shit. We're getting all the information we can right now. So we know where to build it. We're working on building this goddamn moon base, baby. Thank God we're in America. That's all I could say. Like this, it's gonna be hell on earth, but at least it'll be American hell on earth, you know? So, all right, now check this out. It gets even worse. It gets worse. Domestic cleanup is running parallel to this. What happens? Trump fires who? AG Pam Bondi. Why? War powers debates rage but gets shut down. Polls show war fatigue. This is the perfect excuse to pivot budgets towards defensive space spending without scrutiny. No AG Pam Bondi. Don't worry. You could do whatever you want now. She wasn't doing anything. Yeah, well, you know. It's a silly name also. Pam. Who names their kid Pam? It's like spam. Sorry if there's any Pams listening right now. Pamelas. Okay. Then, the alien news as the ultimate misdirection. All the UFO files drop. Obama teases Burchett sound bites. Burchett sound bites. Meteor sightings. Spielberg stuff going on. Riles up the people. Splits opinions. Buries the boring but huge truth that this is 100% human cabal, neocons, the MIC, the energy space contractors, engineering, energy dependency, and space dominance. We're getting fusion power. I think we have fusion power, people. I think we have the fusion power, and that's why all this is happening. And what's the end game? Right here. Lunar Dominion achieved by 2028, okay? Golden Dome goes fully operational with lunar resupply bases. Helium-3 fusion ends our oil dependency. No, not fusion-powered people. Net, I'm serious here. We don't need oil anymore. Why do we keep saying this? Because we have the helium-3 fusion. We figured it out. Why else are we doing all this? Why else is it getting put into the military contracts? Why are they talking about aliens and shit? Why are we going to war? To confuse people. This is gonna change life as we know it. A new energy source is going to completely, and you know what? I'm just going to say it. Quantum computing. I think it's going to happen 2028 with this whole Golden Dome thing. They're probably going to build a quantum computer on the fucking moon. Now, if I'm saying that, then you know there's something wrong. Maybe I was co-opted, okay? The Iran war, meteors, alien hype. It all goes together. And it fits way too perfectly together, all right? The timelines overlap. They interlock like a zipper on my pants when I'm trying to take a piss. It's a perfect zip. And I see it. I saw all this. I'm not going to be fooled anymore by you people. I know we have the fusion power and the quantum shit. This is not a coincidence, okay? Think about it. It all makes sense, okay? But you guess what? You know what? There's no quantum, okay? Something's happening. There's no reason to go to the goddamn moon. People are like, oh, people that say you're not going to the moon, you're just a Luddite. What are you going to say when we're on Mars? What are people going to Mars for? There's nobody going to fucking Mars, okay? The only reason to go to the moon is for the helium-3. But the helium-3, it makes no goddamn sense to get unless we actually do have the fusion power. And to get the fusion power, the only way to do it is probably with a quantum computer to keep the fucking magnetic bottle spinning. Trey from Philly brings up a great point. The Nutilla. Why was that goddamn Nutilla flying around the goddamn spaceship? Okay? Think about that. You need Nutilla to make a quantum computer work. That's all I'm saying. Maybe make fusion work. Maybe you got to stick fucking Nutella in an alien's asshole, and then okay, look. I hope nobody gets killed for me sharing this information tonight. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna stick this quartz crystal up my asshole later, and I'm sure we're all gonna be safe. And just hopefully everything I said was wrong, because I don't know if I could deal with fusion power in quantum computers, especially since I've poo-pooed the idea forever. I can't believe I'm even saying this tonight. You know how much I think that all that shit is bullshit. So for me to even say any of this, I must be really desperate for a show topic. Okay, let's listen to some more music tonight. We got what do we have coming up next here? Where's my mouse died? The government's they're zapping my shit. Okay, we got Justin, Allan, Arnold with ex-machina-first-part, ex-machina. Fucking Nutella. You know, one of those astronauts got paid for that shit. You don't just... That could destroy the equipment on the fucking thing they're on and kill them all. That hits the thing, the top unscrews, you get Nutella in the electronics, you're dead. Just goddamn it. Big hazelnut. All right, we're back. Let's talk about more craziness in the news. Okay, this other thing came out recently. The downed pilot in Iran. All right, the downed pilot. Let's read this. This one came from the Post. I read this. I hope this news article is the same as the other one I read. I forget exactly where I first heard about this. Listen to this. This is the biggest fooey hooey kapooey chewy patootie. Actually, you know what? Let me go to where I got it from first, because this really pissed me off. This whole story here. Let me just find this really quick. Blah 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 blah. There it is. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here's the original story. This came from Zero Hedge, is where I first heard about it. Zero Hedge. CIA used ghost murmur to locate missing F-15 airman from 40 miles away. Am I talking into a toilet? What are we talking about? Does it sound like I'm in a toilet right now? Is there something going on with my sound? What are you talking about here? Do I sound okay? Jeez. Don't talk about sound with me. I'm going to start going crazy and think that I'm talking into a toilet bowl or something. All right. Well, okay. I'm apparently fine. Okay. Everybody thinks I sound fine. Especially right now. I probably sound perfectly fine. I don't sound like I'm in a toilet bowl. Okay. Let's read this article. In combination with the downed F-15 weapon system officer known publicly only as Dude 44 Bravo. Oh wait, did they change this article? They mentioned the Boeing Combat Surveyor Evader Locator, or CSEI. U.S. forces were reportedly able to narrow down the search to the area that the second crew member shot down over the southern Iraq using a secret CIA reconnaissance tool known as the Ghost Murmur. Oh, this did start in the post. Maybe I read it there first. Either way. Listen to this shit. The sources describe the Ghost Murmur as able to detect something as faint as a human heartbeat's magnetic signal at long distances in a complex environment using AI to filter through the noise. Baloney. It was about as clean as an environment as you could ask for. Because of the low electromagnetic interference, almost no competing human signatures, and at night, the thermal contrast between a living body and the desert floor, which gave operators a second confirmation layer. Normally, the signal is so weak that it can only be measured in a hospital setting with sensors pressed nearly against the chest. But advances in a field known as quantum magnetometry, specifically sensors built around microscopic defects in synthetic diamonds, have apparently made it possible to detect these signals at dramatically greater distances. This is the biggest hooey fooey kapooey tooey booty rooty tooty fruity shooty moody in the pooty that I've ever heard. The capability is not omniscient. It works best in remote, low-clutter environments that require significant processing time. So it talks about all this bull crap. The whole article is just like, oh yeah, we used a synthetic crystal with the quantum vibrations that could read heartbeats. Uh-huh. Sure. Wait, do we have some? We have. Hold on one second. With this,
I think I'm going to introduce the head of the CIA, and he is a man he's central casting. Okay, if we cast a movie, he's going to play the head of the CIA. He's one of the few. John Ratcliffe. He did a phenomenal job that night. He did something that I don't know if you want to talk about it. If you want, you can. I'm not sure he's supposed to. I'm not going to talk about it, but. The CIA was very responsible for finding this little speck. It's like they used an expression on one of the shows. A general was talking about, it's like finding a needle in a haystack, finding this pilot. And the CIA was unbelievable. And you may, if you can, you'll talk, it might be classified, in which case I'd have to put him in jail if he talks about it. And I don't want to put him in jail. He doesn't deserve that.
Okay, yeah, sure. The article ends with saying that he also was using an encrypted beacon. So basically, the guy had a goddamn signal device on him. He was putting out a beep, 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 beep. Come find me, motherfuckers. This whole ghost heart murmur baloney bullcrap. It sounds like complete horse patootie fruity. Yeah, so there you go, people. the article ends and it's like, oh yeah, he had a thing on him too. He had a beacon. He had a beacon on him. The whole article is talking about this stupid quantum crystal. And then it goes into saying he had a beacon on him. An encrypted beacon. You can't trust anything these days. Everything is just a whole bunch of lies and stuff. You know, I wonder, did they ever find that woman's mom? Who's that lady's mom who got kidnapped? What was her name? Lady's mom kidnapped. Ransom. We don't hear about Nancy Guthrie anymore. What happened to Nancy Guthrie? Like that was a big news article, but then they stopped talking about it. Recent developments. As of April 7th, 2026, new messages sent to TMZ claimed the sender saw her alive in Sonora, Mexico. Though another note from the same source later claimed she was dead. What kind of crap is this? The FBI arrested a California man in February. Yeah, that was nothing though. So is she dead? Who sent her this message?
First time Savannah Guthrie talking about a message she posted on social media in hopes the person who took her mom realized who they were holding captive.
She is full of kindness and knowledge. Talk to her and you'll see.
I remember you said, talk to her.
Talk to her.
That's what you said, I remember. Yeah.
See this extraordinary woman. You're lucky to be in her company, even if for a moment. See it?
Savannah also telling Hoda in that sit-down interview about how she and her family are finding resilience even as their agony continues.
I will do it for my kids. I will. I will not fall apart. I will not let whoever did this take my children's mother from them. I will not let them take my joy.
Wait, what'd she just say? Take my children's mother from her? What? Hold on.
I will not let them take my joy.
I'll go back further. Hold on one second. That was weird. What the hell was that about?
Kids, I will not fall apart. I will not let whoever did this take my children's mother from them.
Take my children's mother from them. Oh, okay. So she's talking about she won't go crazy because her mom is gone, and she won't go nuts because of her kids. Okay, I got you. Okay, that makes sense.
I will not let them take my joy. They will not take my sister's joy. They will not take my brother's joy. They will not take our love. They will not take our faith. But our anguish is real. We need help. We need someone to tell the truth.
And despite everything she's facing, also opening up about coming back to the Today Show.
It's hard to imagine doing it because it's such a place of joy and lightness, and I can't come back and try to be something that I'm not. I want to smile. And when I do, it will be real. I will have joy. And my joy will be my protest.
And this morning, Hoda announcing Savannah plans to return to Studio 1A on Monday, April 6th. Her Today family will be waiting for her.
I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if I'll belong anymore. But I would like to try. I would like to try.
And you can see more of Savannah's interview tonight on a special edition of Dateline.
Oh, there you go, people. I don't know what the hell's going on there. So yeah, her mom is still gone, and there's no updates, and she's going back to work. But that fell out of the news pretty quick. Like, why don't they use that heartbeat murmur, ghost murmur thing to find the mom? Like, what happened with the guy on the Ring doorbell? What happened to that dude? What? Hold on, let's see. Gun 3 Ring doorbell. What happened? Doorbell. What happened? Did anything happen with that? They found that residual video data. Yeah, it was supposed to have not even been on the damn thing, and they found it. Did they just bury that because they didn't want Ring to get, you know, thrown in jail or something? I don't know. Somebody was talking about house parties and how kids today don't have house parties anymore. And I think it's because of the Ring doorbell. Ring doorbells have destroyed the house party. Kids can't, you know, invite people over when their parents go out anymore because the parents could always watch who's coming into their house. They'd be getting alarms all night. They'd be like, holy shit, there's 5 million alerts on my phone because somebody keeps coming in. It's like military grade surveillance on the house. Kids can't have parties, but apparently old people could get snatched up and pulled out of the house and nobody knows where the fuck they went. Aren't there other people in the neighborhood with Ring doorbells? Do they live in the middle of nowhere? Nobody had a fucking, like, a camera that was pointing towards their house? Watching an old lady get pulled out or something? I don't know. Anyway, let's take a quick music break. We're going to come back and then we're going to thank some people for helping to make this show possible. We got G8X with Flyby. Residual data. Where's Gundry? There it is. I was looking for the donation segment. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the donation segment. You can donate by sending stuff to P.O. Box 90549, Brooklyn, New York, 11209. Somebody did that. We have a check here, I'm sure. This is probably from Dr. Summer Crotch. Let's see what we got. It's a rip check now. I ripped it in half. Ah, shit. Oh, fuck. Oh. I hope the machine could still take this. It's a chargeback account. Dr. Sir McCrotch, PhD. The sewer fallacy is logic lotto. 96 cents. Well, damn. Can't believe I ripped that. Do I have any tape over here? I don't. Okay, well, thank you so much, Dr. Summercrotch, for the 96 cents. You can also donate by going to nicktherat.com/donuts.html. You know, we like, oh no, my phone is dead. Guess I could go to the website. Let's go to here. We're gonna load here, and we're gonna go here, and we're gonna go here, and here, and here. Let's see if anybody donated this week. Do a search for PayPal. PayPal is the best way to search for what I'm looking for. Let's see. Search. Okay, label here, and then PayPal. Did anybody donate this week? We do have a couple of donations. Look at that. We got I say initials. I say the donation amount. I'm having tongue-tied issues tonight. My tongue is all wild. And I read notes too. So let's see what we got here. We have DM with $4.33. Thank you so much, DM, for the $4.33. Got my tongue in Pam Bondi. She's filled with Nutella. Let's see if anybody else has donated other than DM. DM, thank you so much for the $4.33. I appreciate you. You've been around for a while, and I notice you, DM. We also have NW. NW's been around for a long time as well with a $4.20. Thank you so much, NW. NW, I want to say I love you. I love you, NW. I'm parched. Okay, let's see if anybody else has sent me any money. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for all the donations. We wrap up the PayPal donations with JOC. JOC also sent in $4.20. Thank you so much, JOC. JOC. JOC, thank you. Or just JOC. I don't know. Those are initials. And finally, you go to twitch.tv/NickTheRat. Let me log in here. Let me manage my stream and see if anybody has donated over here. 20 days ago, 16 days ago, 14 days ago, 58 minutes ago, Aaron Roars reached a 3-stream streak. Thank you so much, Aaron Roars. Roars. Awesome. Thank you. I think that's all the donations for this week. That's okay. I love you guys. You guys are producers of the show. This is a value for value show. If you like what you hear, I do this show every damn week. We talk about craziness and all that weird stuff and have fun and listen to music. Send me some money. Show me that you love me. Shake that money maker, or send me something in the P.O. box. I'll open it on air. I'll play with it. I'll wear it. I'll look at it. I'll sniff it. I'll eat it. And then I'll throw it away, maybe, if, it smells bad. But it probably won't. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to listen to some more music, and then we'll come back, and we'll open up the phone lines. If you want to give me a call and talk about quantum computers on the moon and fusion power, and if you know where Gundry's mom is, give me a call. 917-719-5923. But first, we have Vectraston with Night.
Can't talk anymore. My tongue's all f***ed up.
Welcome back to Nick the Rat Radio. Phone lines are open, 917-719-5923. Give a call in if you want, or don't if you don't want to. Ha. Last week I was wondering where the biggest problem in the universe went, and then amazingly, the next day they actually did a show. So I thought they were done. I thought they were going to do another episode. And Vito came on in blackface. I didn't see it until right now.
We're gonna start the timer, and who the fuck busts in one of your fucking guys and blackfaces me?
Wow. Wow. I guess blackface is open season again, because that one fat black guy did the white face lady, the Kirk. He white girled himself. Nick the Rat will not be doing blackface. Because I probably look really good as a black man. And then I'll have to do it all the time then. Because people will expect it. They'll be like, oh man, you look so good as a black dude. Where are you now? Why are you so white again? Hold on one second. I gotta bring something up here. There's an article on Earth.com that I want to read called Scientists Rethink DNA After Discovering It Can Be Built from Scratch. This is crazy. Scientists have found that DNA polymerasis can write long structured stretches of new genetic material without any template to copy. So now we're just making, we could just make stuff. We could just make things from nothing, apparently. That's what it sounds like. Across thousands of DNA strands, the enzymes produced on their own, those sequences stopped looking like... Is there I want to see if there's like a video for this, because this is really, really cool. I think this is going to be some crazy stuff. Wait, hold on. Anything? This is from... Wait, that's not from 2025, is it? What, am I way off here? Hold on a second. Where any time from the past month? Let's see from the past. Wait, what is this? I don't know what's going on. Hold on a second here. No, there's no videos about it. Why is there no videos about this? I want to see more about this. All I keep seeing is about DNA and the Turin shroud. I don't care about the Turin shroud and DNA. It's the old cloth. I'm sure there's tons of DNA there. I want to know about... I gotta find a word here. Now let me look at this word up here. Ew, it looks like a booger. Hold on. You know what? I'm failing on this search right here. So we're gonna skip to something else. We're gonna skip to... Hold on one second. What is it? The live news filters. This month, I want to see something from this month here. Is this it?
Have you ever stopped to think about the most insane construction project happening on Earth? Well, guess what? It's happening inside of you, right now, trillions of times over.
No, that's not it. You know, we're gonna let's listen to some Dark Sewer Network news. Let's get over here. That's Bigfoot Assault. We're not gonna watch Bigfoot Assault. Let's do Dark Sewer Network news. Get out of here, Bigfoot. You're scaring the people. Here, and here we go.
Good evening, underground truth seekers and shadow dwellers everywhere. I'm Jane Hanoi, your unflinching guide through the murky tunnels of the Dark Sewer Network, where the real stories bubble up from the depths that polite society fears to flush. Tonight, we bring you 3 critical reports the surface media won't touch each one beginning with the cold hard facts before the veil rips open to reveal the same insidious force now stalking our world, the strange milking phenomenon we hear about weekly. Stay plugged in, because once the milking begins, nothing flows the same way again. NASA's Artemis II mission launched flawlessly from Kennedy Space Center last week, carrying 4 brave astronauts on humanity's first crewed voyage beyond low Earth orbit ever, wink wink. The Orion spacecraft is performing exactly as simulated, with flawless communication links back to mission control and precise lunar flyby maneuvers already underway. International partners from the European Space Agency and Japan have praised the mission's focus on sustainable deep space systems, calling it a beacon of scientific progress amid global uncertainty. Early telemetry shows no anomalies, and the crew reports excellent health while capturing stunning images of the receding Earth. Analysts at the Johnson Space Center confirm the flight path will skim the moon's far side, gathering vital data for future Artemis landings and testing radiation shielding that could protect future Mars explorers. Perhaps to find aliens to breed with as well? Stock markets reacted positively to the live stream milestones, with aerospace shares climbing as investors bet on renewed space commerce. Government briefings emphasized the mission's role in maintaining American leadership in space while fostering peaceful international collaboration. Everything appears textbook perfect. Exactly the kind of triumph the public has been promised for years. Yet, as Artemis II rounded the lunar horizon, encrypted voice logs leaked from a whistleblower inside Mission Control paint a far darker picture. And I am not talking about pictures of Barack Obama naked buttering up Nick the Rat. The crew began describing weightless, translucent figures materializing in the cabin, their forms shifting like spilled milk under black light. These entities extended long pulsating tendrils that latched onto the astronauts' suits and began the milking, rhythmically drawing out not oxygen or fluids, but shimmering strands of vital essence, leaving the crew pale, euphoric, and strangely compliant. Paranormal investigators monitoring the live feed now confirm this is the milking phenomenon in orbit. Interdimensional milkers drawn to the moon's ancient ley lines, harvesting human life force through the vacuum itself. Really nasty, really sexy. One astronaut's final transmission before silence was a whispered plea. They are squeezing, it feels like warm milk flowing out of my soul. The mission continues on autopilot while ground teams scramble to understand why the very fabric of space is turning the crew into ethereal dairy for forces beyond our dimension. In the Persian Gulf, tensions in the Strait of Hormuz have reached a boiling point as Iranian fast attack boats swarmed 3 oil tankers yesterday, forcing them to alter course while the U.S. Fifth Fleet positioned destroyers in defensive formation. Global oil prices spiked 12% in minutes, with energy analysts warning of supply disruptions that could cripple economies from Europe to Asia. Not me though, I made tons of money on it from in-steer trading. Luck continuing shipping insurers have already declared the strait a high-risk zone, and diplomats in Geneva are locked in emergency talks to prevent escalation into open naval conflict. Satellite imagery released by the Pentagon shows precise military positioning, with every vessel maintaining strict radio silence to avoid provocation. Major oil companies report their crews are trained and prepared, following international maritime law to the letter. Markets remain jittery but stable, reassured by statements from both Washington and Tehran that cooler heads will prevail. The world watches anxiously, knowing that any spark here could ignite a global energy crisis with consequences measured in trillions. Titties are on edge, for sure. Yet frantic mayday calls now leaking from the affected tankers tell a story no admiral wants to admit. Crews describe the seawater itself churning into pale vein columns They rose like living udders, latching onto hulls and cargo holds with wet, rhythmic suction. Seawater is salty like cum. Yum yum in my tum-tum. Oil began draining upward in glowing streams, mixed with the sailors' own terror, as invisible hands milked the very life from their bodies through the metal deck. Maritime paranormal experts confirm this is a milking phenomenon manifesting at sea. Ancient Gulf entities awakened by the tension, using the strait's narrow choke point as a cosmic milking parlor. One captain's final distorted radio message captured the sound of slurping before the vessel went dark. The tankers now dripped empty, their crews catatonic and leaking faint luminescent fluid from their eyes, while the strait's waters swirl with unnatural creamy currents that no sonar can explain. Good God, this story makes me horny. How about you? A new epidemic of telephone scams targeting Social Security retirees has exploded across the United States, with the FBI reporting over 40,000 confirmed victims in the past month alone. Fraudsters posing as federal agents demand immediate wire transfers or personal data, draining fixed incomes and leaving seniors facing eviction and medical shortages. Hotline operators describe elderly callers sobbing as their entire retirement savings vanish in minutes, with recovery rates near zero. Much like Nick the Rat's chances with sleeping with me, stop trying. Seriously. Law enforcement urges vigilance and verification protocols. Congressional hearings this week highlighted the sophistication of the schemes, complete with spoof government numbers and AI-generated voices mimicking officials. They are probably using AI to generate votes for themselves, rat bastards. Advocacy groups for seniors demand immediate funding for protection programs, citing the psychological toll on vulnerable citizens who built this country. Financial regulators promise swift action, insisting the system remains secure for those who follow basic safeguards. The crisis is real, measurable, and heartbreakingly human. Underground investigators, however, have pierced the official narrative and found the same parasitic force behind every dropped call. Retirees report the voices on the line growing thicker, wetter, until the phones themselves sprout soft, fleshy nozzles that press against their ears and begin the milking, siphoning not money, but shimmering threads of remaining life force directly from their souls via their buttholes. I can hear the butt cheeks flapping now. Yum. Victim after victim now sits hollow-eyed in nursing homes, bodies inexplicably lactating faint, glowing milk that smells faintly like vaginal juice from pores while muttering about the collectors coming for the final drop. Forensic psychics confirm this is a milking phenomenon on land. Spectral bureaucrats from beyond the veil using Social Security databases as a global feeding map, harvesting the essence of those who thought they had earned peace. The scams were never about cash. They were the ritual that opened the veins. That's the feed from the pipes tonight, fellow sewer rats. 3 stories, 1 truth. The milking phenomenon is rising. Unlike my panties, which are dropping, milking makes mouth happy, and it's got an insatiable thirst for every last drop we've got. I'm Jane Hanoi for the Dark Sewer Network, signing off with our sacred vow. Keep your essence sealed, your lights low, and never ever answer when the universe starts licking its lips. Stay unmilked, my beautiful bottom dwellers. Until the next flush, good night.
and wax, rust on the frame of my name. Teeth marked a prayer on my back. taste, dying every time that I blame. Pull the halo down, let it drag in the dirt. I wear my wounds like thorns on my tongue. Spit out grace, let it rot, let it hurt. If I'm damned, then I'll die high strung. Pull the halo down, grind it into the floor. Every scar is a line I've sung. If there's a gate, I'm kicking the door. I rise crowned in thorns on my tongue. Stained glass shatters, cuts my face. Holy words curl up and burn. All your mercy tastes like chains. Watch me walk away and never turn. I'd rather choke on fire. Prayers, I feed them to the pyre. Love, just let us carved in wire. I'm the choir and the crucifier. Pull the halo down, let it drag in the dirt. I wear my wounds like thorns on my tongue. Spit out grace, let it rot, let it hurt. If I'm damned, then I'll die high strung. Pull the halo down, grind it into the floor. Every scar is a line I've sung. If there's a gate, I'm kicking the door. I rise crowned in thorns on my tongue.
Greetings, Earthling. I'm Zindu from Oktar. I have a very special announcement to make. You're gay! It's not that special. We already knew that. I was talking to some of you, your younger Earthlings, about parties that used to happen on the planet back in the 90s. They were called house parties. Children would gather in groups and they would drink and do drugs when their parents went away. Their parents would leave their house, and the children of the parents would gather in groups and ruin the house and smoke and drink and fornicate and do horrible things, probably fight and disgusting stuff, right? Well, not too disgusting if you think about it. Then the invention of the Ring doorbell, the little camera that they could put on the door where your parents could watch everybody coming and going whenever they please, has ruined the house party. No more house parties for you young kids anymore. And this is causing children to become insufferable little maggots that can't talk to people. They stare at their screen, they text, they don't call, they don't talk, they don't do anything. Humans have become shelled-in little hypocritical creatures that can't communicate any longer. This stunts the growth of the culture. The whole entire culture is suffering because no longer do humans talk to each other. They look for each other on the internet, and we already know that the internet is completely fake and gay. All the dating apps have fake profiles with fake people. I went to meet a girl named Betty that had large titties, and let me tell you, the angle of the camera, when you change the angle of the camera and you point it down on your breasts, it covers up your extremely large belly fat. I thought she looked stunning in the pictures, but when I met her, I was like, who let the heifers out? Who let the heifers out? Moo, moo, moo. And then I threw my fucking beer in her face and I left. Disgusting. I would like for you humans to develop a new culture. How about a culture of, as you could tell, I'm also talking like I'm a more cultured alien tonight. I'm feeling culture flow through my veins, and I figured that I shall bring it out in my speech. Maybe it will influence all of you Earthlings to become better creatures. Think about the Romans, how they used to party hardy. They didn't have telephones, they didn't have doorbells and fucking shit like that, but they did have group orgies. Now we know we can't go around having group orgies anymore because of diseases and all the filth and nastiness. I don't even know where it came from. How did these, well, they may have had it back up in the day, but they died when they were like 20 anyway, so we didn't really care. We just fucked and died. Today, we have new technology called latex and shit. So why not have a new form of orgy where it's like you get your dressed up. You've seen that movie with Liam Neeson, and he's got the giant body condom on. That was probably the wrong Liam, that's the wrong actor. But I really give no fucks. It was The Naked Gun, I think part 2, where they're like, do you have protection? And then they come out wearing complete body condoms. It covers your face and your body and everything, and it protects you from the viruses and the bacterias of the filthy humans. Let's say we had new orgies where we all got dressed up. We would hide your persona, your anonymity would be completely protected. Nobody would know who you are. You just go into a big sloppy latex fest, and there would be P. Diddy squirting you from the heavens with baby oil as you fucking rolled around and you touched and you felt and you humped. This would bring people closer together, and I think it would open up the society to a higher level of learning. This would be great for your people. You would learn how to stop being so closed in and caged up in your feelings and emotions, and it would let you express yourself in a completely anonymous way where you and your neighbor could hump until your heart's delighted is done. And then there would be like a dark changing room where you would go in and you would get changed. Nobody would know who you were, and then you would leave your sticky latex cum-filled body condoms in the corner, and then it would also create new jobs. There'd be people that would have to come and clean the cum-filled latex. This would be a very profitable way to make money. We could make money and have people break out of their shells, I tell you. It would expand your human culture. I'm not just saying this because it is very hard for me to get laid with your earth women. Even if you're giant, fat, and cow-like, you still run and scream when you see an alien that has 36 butt cheeks and 42 testicles. I think that you guys need to expand your mind. You're flying to the fucking moon and shit. You're making a moon base so you could work with the government to launch missiles and spy on people. Yet, on Earth, all you do is look at your little black slab and your screens, and you don't know how to talk to people. So let us break free and hump people in these latex domes of protection, and then expand your minds. And then as you get older and your children see this happening, and they know that when they're 18 and they could join in too, they will also have their brains expanded, and they won't just be sitting at home playing video games or Legos or picking their nose or whatever the fuck they do. They will become entrepreneurs in the world. They will learn that their bodies could touch other bodies, all that being protected by latex, of course, because you don't really want skin-on-skin contact. That is something that women won't do with an alien. So I want all of the Earthlings to become used to a latex cage, so I may fondle their titties and penises. All right, people, look. Look that. Go out there and have some fun, people. Latex is great and all, but skin on skin is way better. Just read a book, become more open to humping an alien, please. I'm really on edge here. I can't keep jerking off in Nick's mayonnaise jars, even though it feels really good. I think that's the secret sauce, by the way. Maybe I should just make a mayo company. Now that I'm thinking about it, fuck this weird latex orgy house. I'm thinking about maybe making a alien semen mayo company. Maybe the FDA, they're bought off easily, right? I can buy off the FDA like a couple of $100, right? I've seen what you guys fucking consume. Ain't hard. All right, so next week, tune in for my where you can purchase Zindu mayo. It's not mayo. That should be the slogan. Zindu mayo. It's not mayo. You're gonna love it. Your kids are gonna love it too. let me tell you. Oh boy. Anyway, that's my idea for the week. I don't know if you have a better idea than that, and go sit on an egg. I really don't give a fuck. You don't have the microphone right now, so you can't tell me. Ha! This has been Zindu. Go fuck yourselves. Bye!
Where are you adventuring to?
The E-Television.
I just want to get to level 9.
What's at level 9?
It's one past level 8. Well, at first I thought I was a level 4 alligator, but I'm a level 9 turtle.
Where are you adventuring to?
Places I haven't been before. I just want to get to level 9.
What's at level 9?
It's one past level 8. Well, at first I thought I was a level 4 alligator, but I'm a level 9 turtle.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Happy midnight in the sewer, everybody, and good night, net. Sleep well. I'm tired too, man. I had a long day of fighting AI shit. Let's do some. Let's look back. Actually, you know what? We have an update on the Guthrie thing. There's apparently more news.
Nancy Guthrie was reported missing February 1st from her Tucson, Arizona home. Investigators have yet to identify a suspect or a person of interest, and there is still no sign of where Guthrie could be. Let me now bring in our national security contributor to better break down these developments, former CIA officer and FBI special agent Tracy Walder.
There we go. We got an official CIA FBI person here. So this is going to be some very solid information.
Tracy, good morning to you, my friend. Thank you for your time early this morning. Do you find the timing of these latest ransom notes to be intentional? The same day Savannah returned to work.
Whoa. Okay, so there's ransom notes the same day she went to work? Really? What's going on here?
Well, thank you so much for having me, Marky. Yes, I absolutely find these to be intentional. This is a person that now, for almost, a month, 6 weeks, has waited to essentially put out another note. I think this is a person who sort of wants the fame, wants the discussion, and TMZ is giving them really exactly what they want.
The thing that really sticks out to me with all of these ransom notes, Tracy, is the Bitcoin ask, right? Like this latest one asked for half a Bitcoin. A full Bitcoin right now is worth $68,000, so they want 34 grand. I mean, the Guthrie family is good and willing to pay $1 million for anybody who has information that helps recover Nancy. If this person were innocent, why not come forward for that cash, that $1 million instead, and help crack the case?
You're absolutely
because
right.
It's bullshit. Some guy in India was like, yo, let me make some money off of this person over here.
Because as you know, the amount of Bitcoin has changed. I'm not surprised that they are using Bitcoin, Marky, or asking for Bitcoin as it's pseudo-anonymous, right? I think that is...
I like that, pseudo-anonymous. Yeah, it's not anonymous at all, actually. You know, it's tied to your wallet, and your wallet's tied to you, and you're you. Yeah.
Fortunately, the way that a lot of kidnappers, ransoms, those kinds of things, we've seen that a lot. So that's not surprising in and of itself, but this is what, $34,000. So the number has changed significantly from when that first ask came in.
And we know other notes throughout the case have been ruled out as fakes. However, just given the coverage of Guthrie's disappearance, what's the FBI doing to ensure they're accurately authenticating any alleged communication right now?
The FBI doesn't have a choice. They have to treat all of these as real until they are disproven. And so that's a good thing. We want them to do that. But the problem is we don't want a sheer, large number of volume to come through to the point that it stops up the FBI in terms of doing this in an efficient and quick way, if they are real, to find her. So I think in this case, what they are doing...
You know what it was? She was probably abducted by aliens. She's up on the moon, working on the fusion reactor.
Is obviously my guess is this person is using a VPN and is not in the location that they are saying that they are. So they have to get through that. They're probably using encrypted chat to do this, if this is the same one as the individual who did that in, I guess, mid-February. So
wait, so somebody in mid-February was sending them bullshit, and now they think it's the same person in April sending them more bullshit? This guy's got some balls, whoever's doing this, because, you poke the tiger once, you don't poke it twice. And why can't if the FBI and the CIA are out there, they could find whoever's doing this. They're not stupid. I'm sure they could get through their 6 VPNs to find out. Maybe they're probably in another country. They probably know whoever's doing this is in another country. They can't do shit to them. This is sad, man. This This poor woman gets her mom kidnapped and nobody knows where she is. It's stupid.
So that is going to take some time, but they will be able to discredit or credit the person at some point.
Thank you for watching.
No, you're welcome. Let's hear some more celebrity news. This one's a little bit disturbing. I feel like I'm on TMZ right now. I should be,
Actress Aubrey Plaza is expecting her first child with partner Chris Abbott 1 year after her husband Jeff Baina's death.
Wow. She wasted no time. Oh, my husband died. Let's see. How long does it take to get pregnant? 9 months. She's expecting her babe. So, like, a couple, would she have sex on top of her dead husband's body?
The White Lotus star's rep confirms to People magazine that Aubrey is expecting her first child with partner Chris Abbott and that the baby is due in the fall. While
in the fall. Oh, okay. She waited a couple. She waited. She probably did it on top of his grave. Well, you can't slow down. She's getting old. She's 40. She needs to get the buns in the oven right away. She's not going to have a kid. She can't wait much longer. So you can't fault her too much. But dear God, in under a year, she already met somebody, and she must have been she must have been with this guy before, and they got caught, and that's why the guy, her husband, was mad and hung himself, and now she's knocked up. And wild.
Aubrey and Chris have not previously discussed their romantic relationship. They have a long working history together, appearing in the 2020 film Black Bear, as well as the off-Broadway revival of Danny and the Deep Blue Sea in 2023.
More like Danny and Aubrey Plaza's Deep Pussy.
News of Aubrey's pregnancy comes a little over a year after her husband Jeff died in January 2025, although the two had been separated since September 2024 following 3 years of marriage.
Oh, well, they split up, I don't blame Audrey for this, man. She probably was like, I'm sick of you, want a divorce, and he was probably like, no, I'll kill myself. And she's like, man, that's fucked up, you shouldn't say that shit. And he's like, no, but I'll kill myself. And he's like, dude, I'm out of here. And then he's like, oh, I'm gonna do, and then he killed himself, man. This guy must have had some issues. If I was married to Aubrey Plaza, with her big weird eyes, and she was cheating on me with some weird dude, I'd probably, why not? I'd jump out a window for that, Aubrey. Nah, there's better people than Aubrey Plaza out there, dude. Don't kill yourself because of somebody else. Kill yourself because the government's coming after you.
According to Los Angeles Medical Examiner records viewed by E! News, the screenwriter died by suicide on January 3rd. Following his passing, Aubrey and Jeff's family said in part, "This is an unimaginable tragedy. We are deeply grateful to everyone who has offered support." In the emotional aftermath, Aubrey has been candid about how difficult it was for her to deal with the grief she felt.
It was so difficult, she got knocked up the next day. It's probably weighs on her shoulder. I shouldn't even be joking about this. I feel bad even talking about this. But I know she's not listening. I'm never gonna bump into Aubrey Plaza. Watch, like, next week, Aubrey calls into the show and she's like, "You're a fucking asshole, Nick the Rat. Don't joke about this shit."
She shared on her former Parks and Recreation co-star Amy Poehler's Good Hang podcast in August, "Overall, I'm here and I'm functioning. I feel really grateful to be..."
Especially her ovaries. All right, enough of that. There's some news about Bob Barker. Let's hear that.
The E! Television Network did an expose on Bob Barker from The Price is Right.
Oh boy, is that why I've been reading all this stuff about Bob Barker?
Yeah.
CBS, after receiving a lot of complaints about staff hitting on the models and staring at them and making creepy comments to them, they instated what they call the 10-second rule, where you were not allowed to openly stare at a model for more than 10 seconds.
That's gay. What do they think's gonna happen if you stare at him for longer than 10 seconds? Bob Barker's gonna jizz in his pants or something? You're a model. You want people to stare at you. Like, he's Bob Barker. Who cares? If Bob Barker was staring at me, I'd be like, whatever, just pay me. Fuck you, pay me. It's not like he's touching them or nothing, right? He's just staring at them, saying inappropriate stuff. It was probably funny. Whatever.
Robin, there's a problem. I've been staring at you for 1 second, and I only have 9 seconds left to stare at you.
Who's walking
Wow.
around with the stopwatch?
My father spent a lot of time with The Price is Right, and he was the first one to point it out to me. He goes, when he has a man on, and they have to guess how much money is in his pocket, he doesn't say to the man, reach into my pocket to get the money. With the women, he says, why don't you reach into my pocket to get the money?
Reach in there and pull out that $100 bill that I always have in the $100 pocket.
My old man had him right.
Yeah, it's whatever. That was Howard Stern. Some news about Howard Stern just came out actually too here. What is this? Howard Stern's former executive assistant is looking to void her NDA, citing hostile work environment. I wonder if, hold on, let me see if there's a, what is this? There's a...
Howard Stern's former executive assistant is looking to void her NDA, citing hostile work environment. Leslie Koo, who's lived with Stern and his wife in their Southampton mansion since 2024, targets an animal rescue organization operated by the couple. Howard Stern's former executive assistant is threatening to publicize her experiences working for the SiriusXM host and his wife. The assistant, Leslie Kuhn, filed a lawsuit in New York State Court on Sunday looking to void her non-disclosure agreement. She accuses the SiriusXM host of fostering a hostile work environment, which was allegedly created by an irresponsible and untenable animal rescue organization run by Stern's wife. Kuhn was hired by SiriusXM in 2022 as an office manager for The Howard Stern Show. The host's production company, 112, later added her to its payroll as Stern's executive assistant. Earlier this year, she was terminated for cause shortly after she was given a raise to $265,000.
Damn! That's a lot of money. She was fired. That's crazy. Earlier this year, she was terminated for cause. What the fuck does that even mean? There was well, she probably fucked up. This lady is mad, but if she had an NDA, she must have been making other money someplace else, or making more money or something than just $265,000.
In the lawsuit, Kuhn claims she was wrongly accused of misconduct detrimental to her reputation. She says her firing was actually a result of immense pressure caused by an animal foster group operated by Stern's wife. While negotiating her exit, Kuhn claims she was presented with an allegedly fraudulent confidentiality agreement she was told she signed last year. The sweeping document covers the personal affairs of anyone involved with 112, including Stern's family and friends, plus the host's daily activities, personal habits and political affiliations, among other things. According to the complaint, Kuhn lived with Stern and his wife in their Southampton mansion since 2024, when she started to take on duties that included managing house staff and completing payroll. Kuhn doesn't seek damages in her lawsuit, only a court order declaring the non-disclosure agreement at the center of the dispute invalid. The case is somewhat reminiscent of a lawsuit filed by Robert De Niro's former assistant, who was awarded $1.3 million after a gender discrimination and retaliation trial.
What? I didn't know about that. Robert De Niro's former assistant was awarded $1.3 million? It involved accusations that De Niro subjected her to vulgar comments and assigned her domestic duties like buttoning a shirt and washing his sheets despite her lofty executive title. Jeez. These rich people, man, wow, she made $1.3 million because she didn't want to wash his sheets and button his shirt? Even though she had legal chaos ensued when De Niro balked at the proposal from Robinson for her to sign a release. He texted Chen, "The balls, the nerve, the chutzpah, the sense of entitlement. How dare she?" All right, whatever. Man, these people got too much money.
In that case, she aired accusations that De Niro subjected her to vulgar comments and assigned her domestic duties, like buttoning his shirt and washing his sheets.
All right, That's weird. Living with your boss? Like, oh yeah, I was hired by Howard Stern. Now I have to live in his mansion. All the fucking cats that his wife has. I wonder what's gonna happen with that. If you look for Howard Stern, you don't get anything. Oh, there's a little. Here we go. Let's see if there's any more information here.
Howard Stern and his wife Beth Stern are being sued by a former assistant who claims they created a hostile work environment. According to documents obtained by Page Six, former executive assistant Leslie Kuhn said she began working for Howard Stern and Beth Stern in May 2024 at their 20,000 square foot mansion in Southampton, New York. Kuhn claims she was hired to help manage the household staff and oversee day-to-day operations, including Beth Stern's extensive at-home feline rescue and fostering efforts. In the lawsuit, Kuhn alleges that despite receiving a letter in December 2025,
this is like the same exact thing, just read by a human instead of a robot,
stating she would get a raise to a $265,000 salary and an $80,000 bonus in 2026, she was fired just 2 months later in February. She claims her termination was the result of what she describes as a hostile work environment, along with immense pressures on the household tied to what she calls irresponsible and untenable animal rescue operations and disorganized business practices. Kuhn also alleges that the reasons for her firing, along with a non-disclosure agreement, were manufactured by the defendants, particularly Beth Stern. According to the complaint, Kuhn was presented with a sweeping NDA that she says she never signed. The agreement would have barred...
So if she never signed the NDA, then she should just say everything that happened. Like, unless she's really dumb and signed it and didn't even know.
...her from discussing nearly every aspect of the Sterns' personal and professional lives, including their daily activities, food preferences, sleeping habits, hobbies, and even their choice of restaurants, hotels, and entertainment. It also allegedly restricted her from speaking about the couple's travel arrangements, the contents and locations of their properties, and their...
What would they eat and when they go to bed have anything to do with why she's suing them anyway?
their use of consumer products. The filing claims the NDA extended to any other matters related to the company and to the Sterns' personal and business affairs. Kuhn is now asking the court to declare the agreement unenforceable, arguing that it unfairly silences her, while still allowing Howard and Beth to speak freely about her. In the lawsuit, Kuhn states that such an arrangement would put her, as an at-will employee with fewer resources, at a distinct disadvantage personally, professionally, and publicly. The complaint also reiterates her role managing the Southampton estate, including overseeing staff and coordinating Beth Stern's animal rescue operations within the home. Beth Stern, a longtime animal activist, has previously spoken about fostering large numbers of cats in her home and working to rescue and rehome animals. Kuhn's lawsuit claims those operations contributed to the pressure and conditions she describes as part of the alleged hostile work environment.
How hard could, harboring pussy be? Just like, I got some more cats. She's making $275,000 a year. To look over some cats? Sure. Well, if you have a mansion that's 24,000 square feet, then sure, you could have a a whole bunch of people living there. What's this? You hear about Linus Tech Tips? He bought a jet. Motherfucker bought a jet. Linus Tech Tips has a jet now. The video that he made about it was very, very cringy. He's like, oh, look at this. I got to make a video about this so I could have it as a write-off, a tax write-off. And one of his employees was like 25, making $150,000 a year. And he actually might have been even more, like 180 or something. And he quit because he wanted more money. Doing video editing. Dude's making about 200,000 Canadian dollars doing video editing. He wants more money and he quits. Hey, dude, if you could find a job making that amount of money, go for it, I guess. I don't know. Jeez. I bumped into Linus Tech Tips in New York City once, like 10 years ago. I was like, hey, you're that guy on YouTube. All right, go. Bye. He was a small guy. Small dude. I had to look, I'm a rat and I was looking down and I had to look down on him. But, yeah, he has a jet now. Everybody hates him. Everybody hates Linus now. And everybody loves that other guy, the fuzzy dude. I forget his name. The gaming Nexus guy. Is that his? He's a good tech dude. Gaming Nexus. Is that it? Gaming Nexus tech guy. Let's see if that's Gamers Nexus. Steve Burke. Steve Burke. Is that the guy who's cool? Steve Burke. No, that's not gaming. Is that him? Gamer Nexus? Yeah, that's him.
Is there GPU smuggling into China? NVIDIA says no, but Steve Burke, editor-in-chief of Gamer Nexus, literally traced out the entire...
Yeah, everybody's... Steve Burke is a cool dude. He's Steve Burke is cool. Linus Tech Tips is a dweeb. Howard Stern's weird. Bob Barker is he dead? I don't know. And that's your Nick the Rat celebrity update for April 9th, 2026. It's midnight in the sewer. It's already passed. Oh, crap. All right, let's listen to some more music. And we'll come back and listen to something else. And I wasn't getting in an argument, but what's his name? I kind of enjoy Angry Joe. Angry Joe, I like his video reviews with other Joe and his other friend or whatever. I like watching him review games and movies and stuff. But he has he likes to talk about politics on Twitter. I was like, dude, stop, please, no. Like, I had to unfollow him. Like, I don't tune into Angry Joe to listen to you yell about Trump and shit, man. Like, I get it. You don't like Trump, and you think that MAGA people are crazy, sure, but talk about video games, please. Like, what are you gonna do next? Talk about religion and stuff? Like, oh, Christianity is the best religion, or whatever. You know, it's when you have an opinion and you're running a company that doesn't deal with that opinion, you shouldn't really divide your audience between whatever. Like, I don't want to hear that garbage. I don't tune into Angry Joe for his political commentary. Angry Joe. Anyway. All right, let's listen to Bigfoot Beats with Flying. We'll be right back.
Just a moment.
Daylight savings time. Word ahead. But it was late. The damage was done.
Nothing will stop me now. Higher still, look it out. Nothing will stop me now. Higher still, look it out. Higher still, look it out.
Are you waiting for a commercial? I guess so. Maybe we'll throw one in just so you can get back to sleep. Get to sleep.
Hey there, you slimy, shit-stained tunnel rats of the Dark Sewer Network. This is your host, Mystery Man, crawling up from the darkest pipe with a fresh tail straight from the veins of Bigfoot Oswald. I'm jacked to the gills on that Colombian marching powder tonight, baby. Eyes wide, heart pounding like a jackhammer in a graveyard, humping Diane's lifeless bones, feeding me the good stuff. Ha ha ha. Tonight's episode? The Shaved Beast's Pink Slip Rampage? No, not that pink slit, you perverts buckle up sewer scum, because this one's gonna spray gore like Nick watching furry porn. In the fog-choked pines of the Pacific Northwest, a massive Bigfoot named Grunt had grown sick of the same old routine. Berries tasted like dirt, hikers screamed too quick when he oogled their titties, and the endless trees felt like a prison cell made of bark. One moonlit night, Grunt grabbed a stolen razor from a camper's tent and shaved every last inch of his legendary fur. Smooth as a baby's butt, he stole some XXL flannel and khakis, stuffed his feet into clown-sized boots, and lumbered into the city calling himself Steve. Nobody batted an eye at the 7-foot large man with the weirdly intense stare. Steve aced the coding interview at Megacorp with fingers like sausages flying over a keyboard. He wrote flawless algorithms for their soul-sucking expense tracker app. Day after day, year after year. Cubicle life suited the beast, free coffee, no wolves, and nobody noticed how his knuckles dragged when he walked to the printer or the giant oil nutsack stains on the scanner. He even got Employee of the Month once for debugging a payroll glitch that would have cost the company millions. Grunt, Steve smiled his flat-toothed grin and kept the monster buried under layers of deodorant and bad small talk. For 7 long years, the shaved Sasquatch coded in silence, blending into the fluorescent hell of open-plan offices. He attended pointless company parties, pretended to care about synergy, and secretly plotted which manager's face he'd like to sit on if the old itch ever returned. But the beast stayed dormant, lulled by health insurance and unlimited PTO. Coworkers called him Reliable Steve, never guessing the mountain of muscle and rage hiding behind those cheap wire-rimmed glasses he didn't even need. Then came the layoff email. Dear Steve, due to restructuring. The words hit like a silver bullet. Grunt's eyes flashed red. His shaved skin prickled. In the middle of the bullpen, hair exploded from every pore, thick black matted fur bursting through his shirt like popcorn in a microwave. His boots split open as claws the size of bananas shredded the leather. The beast was back and he was pissed. These fucktwits were gonna pay. The first victim was middle manager Chad, the guy who'd once jokingly called Steve a big dummy in a team meeting. Grunt smashed through the glass wall of Chad's office like it was tissue paper. He grabbed Chad by the tie and dunked his head into the fancy espresso machine. Scalding coffee bubbled up as Grunt held him under, laughing in deep guttural whoops while Chad's fancy haircut melted into a poopy brown mess. How's that for synergy, you stinky little turd? Grunt roared, playing with the bubbling brains like they were finger paint. Nice. Next came VP Karen, queen of passive-aggressive Slack messages. Fucking cunt was going to get it. She tried to hide under her standing desk, but Grunt flipped the whole thing like a pancake. He used her Bluetooth earbuds as tiny lassos, wrapping them around her neck and yanking until her eyes popped like overripe grapes. Then he belly flopped onto her corpse, squishing the yucky guts out in a wet fart of blood and coffee creamer. Grunt danced a little jig in the slippery puddle, giggling like a kid who just stepped on a whoopee cushion made of Karen. Director Mike was in the middle of a performance review when the beast kicked down the door. Grunt snatched Mike's laptop and slammed it shut on his head, crunch, over and over, turning the man's skull into a laptop sandwich with extra mayo. Blood and circuits sprayed everywhere. Grunt scooped up the chunky bits and juggled them, chanting, "Debug this, you pinko pig dick." While Mike's legs twitched in time to the beat, the whole floor smelled like burnt hair and broken dreams. HR lady Deborah tried to negotiate with Steve using her best corporate calm voice. Big mistake. HR, the panty waist of every corporation. Grunt grabbed her by the ankles and swung her like a human piñata against the water cooler. Bottles exploded in a geyser of cold water and warm pee-pee blood. He dipped her head in the mess and used her fancy hair extensions as a mop, swirling pretty patterns on the carpet. "You're fired from life," he bellowed, cackling so hard, tears mixed with the gore on his furry cheeks. The CEO himself, Old Man Hargrove, barricaded himself in the executive bathroom with a gold-plated toilet as his shield. Grunt ripped the door off its hinges and found Hargrove praying to the porcelain god. The beast yanked the CEO's pants down and stuffed him headfirst into the toilet bowl, flushing repeatedly while humming the company jingle. Bubbles of dookie and executive regret floated up as Hargrove's legs kicked wildly. Grunt sat on the lid like it was a throne, giggling at the muffled screams until they stopped. Good riddance. Regional Manager Todd was hiding in the supply closet among the toner cartridges. Grunt found him and turned the whole room into a claw-operated paper shredder. He fed Todd's arms and legs into the industrial shredder one by one, cheering confetti-time fuckers as ribbons of bloody meat shot out like party streamers. Grunt grabbed handfuls and threw them in the air, dancing under the raining gore like it was the best ticker tape parade ever. The last two managers tried to escape down the emergency stairs together. Useless. Grunt chased them on all fours, fur flying, claws sparking on the concrete. He caught them on the landing and used their bodies like bowling pins, slamming them together until their heads cracked open like rotten eggs. He dipped his massive finger in the mixed-up brains and drew smiley faces on the wall, then licked it clean with a satisfied, manager-flavored booger pudding. Grunt stood amid the carnage, chest-heaving fur, matted with every color of corporate blood. He had turned the entire C-suite into a playground of squishy, stinky fun. Alarms blared, but the beast just laughed, grabbed a handful of name badges for souvenirs, and smashed through the lobby window into the night. Back to the woods he went, belly full of revenge and heart light as a feather. Fuck the corporate lifestyle. So fake, much gay. The city would talk about the wild animal attack for weeks. But the survivors knew better. Steve the coder had finally clocked out for good. And that, my beautiful sewer dwellers, is the moral of tonight's Bigfoot assault. Never lay off the quiet guy who codes your spreadsheets, because the beast inside him is always one pink slip away from turning your office into a poopy slaughterhouse playground. Ha ha ha! This has been Mystery Man, high as a kite and twice as twisted, signing off from the Dark Sewer Network. Stay furry, stay feral, and keep those claws sharp, you magnificent tunnel trolls. Sweet bloody dreams and good night.
lie to you.
Me neither. I would never lie to you. But that's the end of the show. It's not a lie. We're coming up to the end here. We learned a lot tonight. Or maybe nothing at all. But it was about the friends that we made along the way. Or something like that. Yeah, you know. I had a fun time. I think I did. I think I had a fun time. I'm not too sure. I had a really AI, man. You gotta really choke that monkey. You gotta really get that AI under your thumb. Make sure it works for you. And once you have it working for you, it's a great thing. It's a beautiful thing when you got the AI working for you. But when you don't have it working for you, it's really fucking annoying. Shit, man. You don't really wanna. You really don't want to have AI not working for you while you're doing your thing. And when you do have it working for you, then you can get things done quick. You get it done very efficiently.
You get it done anything you wanted. Holy crap. I sound like Zindu. Hey. I'm Zindu. Look at me. Hey, everybody. Oh, hey. Oh, I'm so ugly. I smell like butt cheese, and I like to steal stuff from the Nick the Rat's office, and I should go to jail. So if you know where I am, call the police and get me really locked up right now. Wildcard phone has a busy signal. What are you talking about? 917-709-5923? It should be working. What the hell? What are you talking about? It's not working? What is this? I don't know what this is.
Take a step forward if your dad has ever brushed your hair. Take a step forward if your dad has ever read to you. Take a step forward if you've never had an empty fridge. Take a step forward if you've always had a home to sleep in. Take a step forward if your dad has ever taken you to the park. Take a step forward if the water has always turned on. Take a step forward if you've never helped your parents pay the bills. Take a step forward if you have pictures as a baby.
What the hell was that? Dr. Sir McCrotch, what are you doing?
What are you doing, Doctor? Doctor, why do you do such weird things to me? My doctor sent that to me. I don't know why. Oh my god! Oh my god!
What is going on? Nick the Rat Radio is like so weird. I don't know why I listen to this show. I think it like shrinks my amygdala.
Yeah, baby. I like real big butts. I like the big butts. Hey, everybody, it's me, Zindu. I've infected Nick the Rat's brain, and now I'm gonna infect you with one more song before we go. Have a good night. I love you. I'm eating your brain right now, Nick. You can't stop me. I will take over your body next, and you will become me.
Hi, I was in an army experiment, and I'm not feeling so well. I think it might have been the drugs they had me on. I've been hallucinating. My head is just killing me. My joints are all achy, and Is this a hospital, or... I don't even know where I am.
Please proceed to the diagnostic area on the right, and have a healthy day.
Oh. Thanks.
Don't kill animals!